Doctors are charging you 20,000 naira and more for what your breathwork can do at home instead of you going to the hospital.
I want to live soft life, no stress. I beg.
And some of you, at any slight headache or pain, you're already at the hospital. Something you can actually do, something you can actually apply manual techniques, and then you see that you are fine. When you are stressed, your nervous system actually shifts into a fight or flight mode, and that causes an increase in cortisol level in your body. It also causes increase in heartbeat, then also shuts down digestion. When some of you experience a scenario like that, you're already looking for a drug to use or doctor's attention. Now, I am not saying that using a drug and such situation is wrong, but my advice to you is to not make your life drug dependent. There are actually techniques, there are manual techniques you can apply to your health, and then will give you better results. Now, there is something manually that you can actually apply in such event or scenario, which is actually called the breathwork. So now, what is breathwork? Breathwork is basically when you breathe. Now, not the normal breathing. Now, the breathwork I'm talking about is actually a slow, intentional breath that actually activates your vagus nerve. Okay. I know some of you are asking that what's the business of vagus nerve with smooth breath work? Well, vagus nerve is actually a component of the parasympathetic nervous system, and is also the brake pedal of the nervous system. So it is responsible for resting and digestion in the body. So what the vagus nerve does is that when there is an increase in heart rate or cortisol spike or decreased digestion, the breath work activates the vagus nerve to causes a decrease. I know some of you are asking that what's the business of vagus nerve with smooth breath work? Well, vagus nerve is actually a component of the parasympathetic nervous system, and is also the brake pedal of the nervous system. So it is responsible for resting and digestion in the body. So what the vagus nerve does is that when there is an increase in heart rate, cortisol spike, or decreased digestion, it's actually the breath work activates the vagus nerve to causes a decrease in heart rate, a decrease in cortisol, and also increase in digestion. So this is the breath work technique. You inhale 4 times, you hold before exhaling, then you exhale 4 times, then you hold your breath, then you repeat. So those 4 counts makes 1 circle. So you repeat for 3 rounds. So this is the practical example. You inhale, you hold, you exhale, you hold. Inhale, hold, exhale, hold. If you like breathing like fish and say it doesn't work, so now this breath work I've taught you guys now, it is advisable for you to use it before a hard conversation, or before a hard exam, after a panic attack, and also before you sleep, or whenever you feel a burning sensation inside of you that you cannot explain. So this is a reset button that you were not taught. So save this video, because next time anxiety hits, you will not remember. And also, I want you to practice it and tell me how you feel, how you genuinely feel after the breath work. I would like to know your comments.